Greg, let's talk bourbon. In fact, I'm thinking we should have a disco party. I've got here nice 3 bottles of disco, Bardstown Discovery Series, numbers 11, 12, and now 13, thanks to my brother. So, if you've been following the channel here for the last few weeks, you know that I have been playing around a little bit with bottles, Disco 11 and 12, and trying them in some blinds and seeing which one I like better, which as it turns out, I like 11 better than 12, which I wasn't sure about that when I was just trying them, but it seems pretty clear that in a blind situation, I like 11 better. So, what's interesting is that while I was doing that, and it was reminded me that, hey, Disco 13 is out for sale right now. So I knew my brother was headed to Kentucky. So I contacted him and said, hey, while you're down there, see if you could pick up a Disco 13 for me. Now, this was a couple weeks ago, and I thought that, based on his response, I thought he wasn't able to get one. He was saying something about, they don't have many bottles left, down to 4 cases in the world or something like that. And I thought he didn't get one. So I was kind of bummed out about that. But then I found out, oh, wait a minute, he did bring one home with him. So as the story goes, apparently, he went down there, went to a couple of the big stores. They didn't have it. Went to the Louisville location for Bardstown, and they were out. And this was, like I said, about a week and a half ago. And right today is October 1st. So then he went to... they told him that Bardstown location might have some. So he went there, and it turns out they had 4 cases left, which is not much. And so he got one. But those 4 cases probably only lasted like a day or 2 more. So if you didn't get your Disco 13, you're probably out of luck, unless you can find it on the secondary, or if you maybe win a raffle at one of your local liquor stores, right? So I thought, well, I've been trying this out, and it's really good. It's a little different than the other 2. But I thought we'd have a little party here today and figure out which one I like better. All right. So I'm not going to talk too much here about Discos 11 and 12. I've already done so in previous videos. If you're interested in that, check out my videos of the last 2 weeks. I go into more depth about them. But I will say about Disco 11 and 12 is that they're both like around 116 to 118 proof. They're both blended bourbons of 4 bourbons each, of which 3 are sourced and 1 is Bardstown's own distillate. So, and they're both unfinished. So that's basically what's going on with these 2 bottles. Disco 13 is different. First thing I noticed when I look at Disco 13 is that while it is a blend of bourbons, 4 of them, they're all sourced. At least they are if they follow the same nomenclature that they use on the other bottles, right? So these appear to all be sourced, a 9-year, a 9-year, a 15-year, and an 8-year. The mash bills all seem pretty much the same. Corn between 70 and 75%, rye between 10 and 21%, malted barley between 9 and 12%. I mean, the mash bills are all pretty similar here between all 4 bourbons. That doesn't necessarily mean that all 4 bourbons taste similar, though. While they all are sourced from Kentucky, they could be different distilleries. There could be, other things going on. So, nonetheless, that's the first thing that stands out to me about this bottle. The other thing, the big thing about this bottle is that it is finished. It is double oaked. It says here on the front that it is double oaked in American and Hungarian oak barrels. So it's also only 110 proof, so it's a little lower on proof level. And it did also cost me a little bit extra. So while these 2 are $135, this one was about closer to $140. But prices, I guess, have to go up a little bit. So I thought we'd try these out and figure out which one's the best. But what's a party if you don't have friends, right? You got to invite some friends. And the first friend I want to invite is we got 2 bottles here that are unfinished. We got one here that's double oaked. I worry that the double oaked glass will stand out, and I'll know which one it is, and it'll kind of mess up my blind a little bit. So I want to bring in another double oaked bottle so that there's 2 double oaked out there in the blind, right? And so from the great state of Kentucky, Louisville to be exact, at about 114 proof and about $125, we have Peerless single barrel double oaked. So this is not the small batch version. Interesting thing is that when Peerless first came out with their double oak products, they came out as small batch, and I don't know which batch I got, but I wasn't impressed with it. I thought it was oaky. I thought maybe it was even a little astringent. Just wasn't that happy with it. Didn't buy it. But then when I was down there again last fall, and I stopped in, and they were running a single barrel of their double oak, and this is delicious. It is a chocolate bomb. So it's not astringent at all. It is a little oaky, but it is chocolate, and maybe with a little bit of coffee and then some caramels. It's really good. So we're going to throw that in the mix so that at least now there's 2 double oak products in this list, so that I don't know which one's which, right? But I want to round this out to 6 glasses. So we're going to invite 2 more friends. Which 2 friends should we invite to our party here? Well, I'm going to bring in a couple of sandbags, right? You know what I mean by that? I mean less expensive bottles that are really good and might trip up some of these more expensive bottles, right? So the first sandbag, coming in from the great states of Indiana and Kentucky at 118 proof and only costing about $85, we have Jefferson's Ocean. But now this isn't any Jefferson's Ocean. This is Voyage 33. It is a store pick cast strength single barrel. So whereas the usual ones you normally find are small batch and 100 proof, this is cast strength single barrel store pick. It's really tasty. Now our next sandbag comes in from the great state of Tennessee. It comes in at 124 proof, but only $50. Blue Note. Again, this isn't the regular Blue Note. This is a store pick single barrel cast strength version of Blue Note. But for all that, it's still only $50. I think the small batch version of this is like around 100 proof, and it goes for $35. So this one's $50. It's so good. It really is. It's probably the best $50 bottle I own. In fact, I gotta tell you, a little aside here quick. My next couple of blinds I'm thinking about doing a double oak blind again. I did one maybe a year ago. I bought several double oak bottles since then. I think maybe I need to revisit double oak. And then I'm also thinking, this has got me thinking that, my statement here that this Blue Note might be the best $50 bottle I own. And I got, the full-proof version of 1792 up there. I got the full-proof version of Rare Breed. And, I got some other nice ones that are kind of in that same close to $50 range. But I think this might be the best. So I might try that out. Now, my question to you guys out there, put in the comments what bottles you would like to see that you think should be in there, that you think would give them a run for the money. A double oak product as well as a $50 bottle, right? That's what I'm looking for, because those are probably my next 2 blinds. All right, that being said, let's get on with this, shall we? We are going to be set up this blind here. I got 6 glasses sitting over here that are already all mixed up. I'm going to put these here in ascending order of price. I'm going to label them, 1 through 6. Move them aside here. There we go. Bring out my glasses. These are already all mixed up. The glasses have numbers underneath them, corresponding to the bottles, of course. I will refer to these glasses as A through G. And let's get started, shall we? Enough talking. Let's get this party started. Well, I can tell you right now, unfortunately, there are some things I can do here to kind of get some sense of which ones are which. And so you can see just by looking at it that that's the A through F. I don't have a G today, do I? So you can see here that A and that F are the two dark ones. So they're going to be the two double oaked ones. The other four, who knows? At least I brought in a second double oak so I can at least not narrow it down to one glass, right? This one's got a nice nose, maybe a touch light. Definitely has some of that double oaked smell to it. Also has a sense of spice to it. But there's a sweetness there. There's some, I don't know, vanilla maybe? Maybe there's also some darker notes there, but I'm not sure. I'll need to confirm that one on the palate. All right, glass B. This one's sweet. A little light on the nose, but it is vanillas with maybe some confectionery sugar. Yeah, a lot of vanilla. Maybe a touch of a bready note to it or a malty note to it. Yeah, I don't really get any spice out of it. Don't necessarily get fruit out of it. Maybe a touch floral. All right. Let's go with glass C. Now this one is a little bit darker notes. It's a little fruitier. Yeah, in fact, that's fruit forward. Somewhere between, like I get pear and I get peach. I get some vanilla. And I get a touch of breadiness. Maybe a touch of spice. But it's more fruit forward. All right. Glass D. I like this one. This one I think has the strongest nose that I've tried so far. Really smells delicious, let me tell you. Vanilla and fruit. And some spice. What's the fruit? Maybe some pear and maybe some melon. Maybe like a combination of the two. Maybe even almost a taffy note. I don't know. So, there we go. Anyways, that one really, really smells delicious. That was my favorite nose so far. All right, glass E. Also very nice. A little darker than the last one. Melons and melon and peach. Fruit forward. With a little bit of vanilla. Maybe a little caramel. Yeah, I would definitely say a caramel. Maybe a touch of breadiness or maltiness, but just a touch. Glass F. Very nice. It's either brown sugar or maple syrup. with oak and I don't know, maybe some marshmallow. I think I know which one that is. I hate to say it, but I think I might know which of the two double oaks are which. What do you do? I study my whiskey. All right, let's get into it, shall we? On the palate, Class A. Tasty. It's caramel. It's a little fruitiness that I can't put my finger on. A darker fruit, though, kind of moving down the list. But kind of more in the middle, maybe. More of like a melon or something. And then it's got a lot of spice. And it's got chocolate. Really came in the second sip there. Lots of chocolate. A little bit of coffee. The fruit kind of went away. The fruit was there in the first sip. And then the second sip, the fruit just kind of disappeared. And in came that lot of chocolate with a little bit of coffee. Still that sweetness on top. Yeah, there is caramel, but it's also a little bit of confectionery sugar. It's a nice blend of those darker notes of the chocolate and coffee with the sweet notes. Really nice. All right. Class B. I think this is the one where I said it was mostly all vanilla on the nose and breadiness. And that's what I get. It's very tasty. Got a good mouthfeel to it. Almost a note of saltiness to it, which is good. Interesting. What would I say? It's definitely vanilla. Yeah, there is some maltiness there. There is a fruit to it, though. It's a little bit of like, it's not much, and it's kind of like a peach or a plum, kind of. Maybe a plum is a good word for it. Kind of hanging out in the background. But it's very vanilla and malty forward. It's very tasty. Great mouthfeel. All right. Class C. Yeah. Does indeed come across as fruit forward compared to that one. Wow. This one's good. I like this one better than the first two. Wow. What would I say about this one? The mouthfeel isn't as good as the last one. It's a little on the thin side. But at least that's how it come across to me. But it is really flavorful. Combination of vanilla and caramel with some fruit. Definitely like a peach. I get the pear. It's got some baking spice in the end. A touch of maltiness, but not a lot. But it's very flavorful. The palate. I didn't think the nose was that powerful, but the palate is really strong, really tasty. Wow. All right. Glass D. Yeah, this is the one I think, if I'm not mistaken. I said I really like the nose on, I think. I think this is the one I said that on. Now this is really nice. It's kind of right down the middle. Caramel. Yeah. Caramel, brown sugar, maybe some cinnamon, some baking spice. Not a lot of fruit. There might be some citrus in this. And maybe there's a little fruit, but not nearly as much as some of these earlier ones. And if there is, it's like a stone fruit of some sort. I gotta kind of figure out. All right, on glass E. Or is this the one that I really like the nose on? Because this has a really nice nose. Strong nose. Oh yeah. Oh, this one's good. Vanilla. Big time vanilla. A little bit of confectionery sugar on top. Touch of graham cracker. Touch of spice. Not a lot of spice. And it's a little on the syrupy side. Great mouthfeel. It's delicious. Yeah. There is some fruitiness to it. Maybe more in the melon type of area, but you know, that vanilla in there almost goes into the taffy range. Somebody said taffy. I wouldn't argue about it, right? That one was really good. I don't know what I'm going to do here because these are all really good. I'm going to really have to. Nothing has disappointed so far. There were some that were a little bit more surprising than others, but nothing has disappointed. Oh, yeah. It's definitely double oaked. I mean, yeah, it's either a maple sugar or maple syrup or brown sugar. It's somewhere in that range. With like a taffy note to it, or marshmallow. Could go either way. You could call it a taffy, you could call it a marshmallow. And then it's definitely got like a char oak to it. I didn't get that in this one because this is the other one that's a dark color and therefore is likely the other double oak product, right? These are the two that are darker in color. This one's really got a kind of the finish kind of comes across as like this charred oak. I know that probably sounds bad. It's not bad. It's not a bad note at all, right? I don't mean it to sound that way, but that's what it tastes like. Not a lot of spice, just a real sense of oak. Where do I go from here? Because now is the time to eliminate somebody, right? trying to remember which ones I really liked. I think I really liked C and I really liked E. Let's taste the others. Oh, and let's go in a different order, shall we? That one comes across as a little thin, fruity. That one also comes across as a little thin. And this time that one's much more, I know I said that one was a lot of vanilla before, and I still get the vanilla, but it's much more spicier now. And I think that just has to do with my palate. I might have to, probably a cue to get a little cheese and start refreshing up my palate here. All right. Yeah, that did the trick. Ooh, that's really good. So now it's back to being like super vanilla. So that I find this to happen to me is that level of spice level kind of builds in the back of the palate, and you can almost contaminate the next glass, so to speak. Not actually contaminate what's in the glass, but contaminate your thoughts about what's in that glass. Because that spice level kind of starts to build, even though I'm drinking a little water here and there, which helps a lot. It can start to still build, and it gets like that. And that's where the cheese comes in, because that does like a total cleanse. And I start over on my palate, right? This smells really good. I mean, it smells like caramel's kind of into molasses. Heavenly, with spice and chocolate. Oh, yeah. I'm going to put that in the back row. That's really good. I like that. D is good. D is good. Just not sure it's as good as the others. Yeah. Wow. I think I have my answer. A little bit of cheese here before I make my final decision on this. I mean, it's fruity, a little sweet, a little spicy. It's good. All right. For better or worse, I'm going to put D out in 6th place. I really struggle with it. A lot of times I do these blinds, and 1 or 2 glasses stand out as just not as good. I don't have that problem here. I think there's maybe 2 tiers, but they're close. And yeah, I don't know, they're close. I definitely like the E, and I definitely like the A. And the C, I'm a little bit. I kept coming back to it because I'm thinking about pushing it up into this front lot. Oh, thank you. Excuse me. No, see now. Sorry, my wife. She's feeding me chili. You know. What are you gonna do? All right. So I'm kind of considering pushing that C up into the front line here. That's why I kept coming back to it. What's really helping this glass F is that it's got a really nice strong flavor. What's hurting this glass is that the flavors are a little simple, and it's got that char oak, right? That, you know me, I like sweet stuff, so I don't know. I'm really liking that B too. That B is nice. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that glass. It's not head and shoulders above everything else, but it's in either first or second place at the moment. I know I like that one. Okay, I gotta be honest here, right? Gotta call balls and strikes the way I see it. My next 2 weakest glasses are C and F. I can bring that one back. So the front of the palette, this is what I'm struggling with. This glass F, the front of the palette's really nice. It's strong. It's got really nice sweet flavor. The back of the palate's not that great. It's got that char oak. It's not that great. If I could keep the front half of the palate on this glass, I would keep it. But the back half of the palate is killing it. I gotta do what I gotta do. Glass F, which I think is Disco 13. We will find out. Glass F is going out in 5th place. The front of the palate in Glass F is better than glasses B and C. But the back half of the palate is not as good. And I don't know. The char oak was just kind of starting to build on me, and it ended up a casualty. So there you have it. Let's move on. Let's figure out who's in 4th. I really like that B. I like that E. I like that A, but do I like the A as much as the other two? I don't know. If you notice, one of them I didn't say anything about. Yeah, C is, in this group of 4, glass C is not as good as the others. It's pretty clear. I'm going to have a hard time with these last 3 glasses. But letter C, going out in 4th place. All right. If you like a good dark bourbon, right, where it gets into those chocolates, coffee, molasses, this Glass A is really good. Now, it's very different, though, than the other 2 glasses. You know, especially, Glass B is a vanilla bomb. So, how do you... Yeah, 2 ends of the spectrum, right? That's tough. And this Glass E, it's just got a nice strong nose, strong palate. It's just got a nice blend of vanilla and fruit. I would say it's fruit forward. It's also got a little maltiness to it. Would I say it gets into like a graham cracker? I'm not sure. Touch of spice. It's just a really well-rounded glass. And strong on the nose, strong on the palate. Not overwhelmingly so compared to the others, but it is stronger. Wow. Yeah, I like that. I could see B winning. It's good. Do I really have to pick? I'm just going to go on the record right now as saying I could be happy with calling it a draw between these 3 glasses. they're all different. And they're all great. They really are. It's almost candy. There's more complexity to this Glass E, though. Do I give it extra points because it's more complex? I don't know. I'm trying to call it based on which one I'm enjoying more, not based on which one I think is the better put together bourbon. That's good too. Oh. That's chocolate. I don't know what I'm doing here. All right, I gotta do something here, and as I said, I'm also starting to get a little coconut in this glass. I think I gotta put A out next. A is gonna go out in third place, but really, these last three glasses are fantastic. I like them all. I would have been absolutely satisfied calling it a three-way tie. Now I gotta decide if the one that's slightly stronger and is maybe got a little more complexity is the winner, or do I go with the one that's really sweet? It's a ton of vanilla, maybe a little coconut, maybe a little maltiness or a little breadiness to it. But if you've watched my other videos, you know that that's right up my alley. I like a sweet bourbon. When it comes to these blinds, I like everything, right? I like the dark stuff. I like all kinds of stuff, right? I like those chocolate flavors. I like the tobacco flavors. I like the leather flavors. I like all kinds of stuff. But when it comes to these blinds, I tend to pick the sweet ones. All right. All right, I think I might know my answer. I'm waiting for the cheese. Cleanse my palate, give it one more try. Which one do you think I just picked in my mind? You saw my facial expressions. Just finished it. All right, this is what I'm going to do. This really probably should be a tie, but I'm going by what I'm enjoying the most. Now, I will tell you that the Glass E is a little stronger, strong in the nose, strong in the palate, and it's got more complexity. There's more different flavors going on in Glass E. But it's not as sweet. This one, Glass B, which is gone now, yeah, it's a little lighter on the nose, but not much, just a little. Really nice flavor, really sweet. And I'm going to give it the win. I'm going to put Glass E out in second, and I'm going to give Glass B the win. But really, to tell you the truth, Glass A, B, and E really could have gone in any order. Really could have gone in any order. They were so good. So let's see what I did. I probably just screwed everything up, right? All right. In sixth place, number 1. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. I really like it. I like them all. But I thought this one wasn't keeping up. And I had a hard time necessarily picking it out between these three. Because I thought there were two tiers, right? I thought that the, C, D, and F were one tier. And then you had A, B, and E on another tier. But yes, number 1, Blue Note, it should finish in last, right? That's what should happen here. It's the $50 bottle. It is, store pick, single barrel, cask strength, but it's only a $50 bottle. It's really good, but in this field of heavyweights, well, it finished where it probably should finish. It finished last. So maybe there is, something to the idea of, you get what you pay for, right? All right. Now, here's where that's going to break, right? Because I think this next glass was Disco 13. And it really pained me to do this because the front end of the palate is really tasty. It's got a strong nose, strong palate. It's got the front end of the palate is really nice and sweet. It's a really nice pour. But then that char oak in the back of the palate just kind of got to me. So, in 5th place. Yes, indeed, I am correct. Number 6. Disco 13. Yeah, the front end of that palate is just really good. Really good. It's too bad it's got that char to it. I mean, when you're drinking it by itself, it's good. I enjoy it. It's a nice. I'm glad I own the bottle. It's really good. But when you put it up against stiff competition, that char kind of wears out its welcome. What are you gonna do? All right. In 4th place. I don't know. Is this the Jeffersons, or did we put another disco down here in 4th place? That's the question, right? In 4th place. Number 4. No way. I debated long and hard about it. This just reversed the previous 2 blinds. I got Disco 11. It's very fruit forward. But there's some vanilla there. And there's definitely some spice there. And I just decided that that's the way it had to be. It is what it is, right? All right. In. And this speaks to the idea of your palate's different every day. So, there you go. In third place, which has got to be the Peerless. Number 3, Peerless. So good. Oh, chocolate. Chocolate. With some caramel. Although if you drink it enough, then it starts to turn to molasses. So good. I really. So some of the Peerless bottles I own don't blind very well, but this one does. This one's really good. This single barrel. This is the single barrel 2 of the double oak. I'm assuming that means it's the second time they did a single barrel of their double oak bourbon. So good. All right, in second place, I really had a hard time picking between these two. One was more complex, and the other was sweeter, and I was just really enjoying it. What can I say? So, in second place, number 5. That's what I thought would happen here. Of course, I thought this was going to be 11, not 12. So I just did 2 blinds where 12 finished in 6th place out of 7. And then I did a confirmation blind, and it finished in last place in the confirmation blind. And now here it is beating 11. I don't know. I guess that says that they're pretty close, right? They're both good. It's pretty close. It just depends on what your palate wants that day, right? So today, I elevated Disco 12. And then that means that one of my sandbags, well, this one failed. But my other sandbag, I think it's pretty good, right? I even finished the glass because I was enjoying it. It was a little weaker on the palate, not a lot. A little weaker on the nose, not a lot, right? But it was a little. And that's the reason why I put it forward as like, not sure if it's good enough. But the flavors just kept coming through, and the flavors were great. So even though it wasn't as strong on the nose and on the palate, not by a lot, but it was. The flavors just won the day. So, in first place, Jefferson's Ocean. Like I said, this is a store pick. It is a single barrel, and it is cast strength. Or, yes, cast strength. That is what they call it, right? Yes, they call it cast strength. This one over here, they call it uncut. Kind of the same thing. Jefferson's Ocean is my vanilla bomb. It was really good. Now, what that does tell me, if you have been following all of my videos, and back, I don't know, 6 months ago, I did a whole series of blinds with all my single barrels. And Jefferson's Ocean did well, but it didn't win. In fact, it wasn't in the top 5 or 6 or 7. It was probably right there. It was probably maybe the 7th best or so, but I had all these other single barrels that were better. And now Jefferson's Ocean comes out here and beats these, including all 3 discos. Yeah. That means I've got even, how good are those that are still sitting on my shelf that beat Jefferson's Ocean during that series of blinds, huh? Well, there it is. Yet another surprising disco blind. They're all very good. You shouldn't be disparaged by any of these results. The only thing I would say is, the Disco 13 does have that char oak. And I think I've discovered here that it's probably, as a result, not quite as good as the 12 or 11. Although at least that's today. Maybe tomorrow I would not mind that Char Oak as much. But there you go. There's my blind for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. I think I did. All right. Peace out.